Hello! Yes! And welcome to our Objective 4.1 sample problems, where we're going to go over some more factoring just to make sure we're feeling comfortable. So first thing, let's make sure we're feeling good with grouping. Let's look at number 1 here. Remember, 4 terms, split it into 2 binomials that we're going to factor out the GCF of. So this first one, I can factor out 3v squared. I'm left with v plus 3. The second one, I can factor out 4. I'm left with v plus 3. And then I just combine my outside terms. So I'd have 3v squared plus 4 times v plus 3. Looking at this next one, 18 x to the third minus 3x squared plus 24x minus 4. Split it into 2 binomials. Factor out 3x squared. When I do that, I'd be left with 6x minus 1. Looking here, I can take out 4. That would leave me with 6x minus 1. So again, combine our outside terms since our binomials inside the parentheses are the same. 3x squared plus 4 times 6x minus 1. And that is factoring by grouping. Now that's a skill we can use when we're factoring some quadratics. Now, which ones are important? So remember, if a is 1, if there is a leading coefficient of 1, or it looks like no leading coefficient. Remember, all I need to say, well, b is negative 9, c is 20. Two numbers that multiply to 20 add to negative 9, that would be negative 5 and negative 4. All right, negative 5 plus negative 4 is negative 9. Negative 5 times negative 4 is 20. So my factors here, that's minus 5, that's minus 4. And if you're ever not sure, you can always check that, right? Say x times x is x squared. X times negative 4 is negative 4x. X times negative 5 is negative 5x. And then negative 4 times negative 5 is positive 20. Combine my like terms. Sure enough, I get x squared minus 9x plus 20. That's what we were going for. All right. So let's look at this one here. X squared minus 7x minus 8. So b is negative 7. C is negative 8. So two numbers that multiply to negative 8 add to negative 7. Well, that would just be negative 8 and 1, wouldn't it? Yeah, definitely. Negative 8 plus 1 is negative 7. Negative 8 times 1 is negative 8. So my factors here, x minus 8 times x plus 1. X squared minus 49. So remember, if we're missing the b term, you can write it in if you want. Just remember that b equals 0 in this case. C is 49, negative 49. So that tells me my terms are going to be negative 7 and 7. X minus 7. X plus 7. Very nice. So let's see what we have here with number 6. This time our leading coefficient is not 1. So this is when we use the AC method, right? So I'd say 5 times 8, a times c, that gives me 40. I need two numbers that multiply to 40 but add up to negative 14. Well, that would be negative 10 and negative 4. Negative 10 times negative 4 is 40. Negative 10 plus negative 4 is negative 14. Now we rewrite. So 5n squared minus 10n minus 4n plus 8. Factor everything out here. 5n squared minus 10n, factor out of 5n. That would leave me with n minus 2. Factor out a negative 4 here to leave me with n minus 2. Remember, that's always the goal. Get those values, those binomials in the parentheses to be the same, because that allows us to combine the outside terms, 5n minus 4 times n minus 2. Looking at 7, I see a GCF we can factor out, right? So let's start by factoring out that 2. When I do that, I get 6x squared minus x minus 2. So my a would be 6. My c would be negative 2. So I'd say 6 times negative 2 is negative 12. Factors of negative 12 that add up to negative 1. Negative 4 and positive 3. Again, if it takes a while for those numbers to come, that's okay. That's what makes factoring so difficult, having that number sense. Keep practicing those. Think about what two numbers multiply to these but add to these. Right? Keep practicing that. So when I do that, remember we're using our factored form here. So 6x squared minus 4x plus 3x minus 2. Factor these with the GCF. I can take out 2x to leave me with 3x minus 2. And then I just need to take out 1 to leave me with 3x minus 2. So we'd have 2x plus 1 times 3x minus 2. And don't forget, That 2 we factored out at the beginning. That is important. It's included in there. Be sure we include it in our factored form. All right, last one. Again, at a, that is not 1, so we'll use the AC method. 4 times 15 is 60. Oh, boy. All right, see, now I'm going to get stuck. 60, that multiplies to 60, adds to 23. That would be 20 and 3, wouldn't it? So I'd say 4k squared plus 20k plus 3k plus 15. Do some factoring by grouping. I can factor out a 4k from both of those. When I do that, I'm left with k plus 5. I can factor out a 3 from both of these. When I do that, I'm left with k plus 5. And that means my factored form would be 4k plus 3 times k plus 5. And there we go. Hopefully this video helped. If you still have questions, definitely feel free to reach out or ask in class. Otherwise, definitely get started on those practice problems. Get factoring. It's going to be something we do a bunch this unit and really for the remainder of the school year. This is Mr. Carter signing off. I'll see you next time.